Okay, prediction on this game, Gator. I think that this is a high-scoring affair. I think the Rams' offense is legit and creates issues. I think that the Lions being favored by 3 speaks to the home field advantage, and I think that's exactly how it's going to go down. I don't know that there's much to choose between these two teams. The interior of the Rams' defensive line is a challenge. It's going to be a problem, and I think those receivers are really good, and Stafford is really good. But I have faith in Jared Goff, and I have faith in this coaching staff, and the one matchup that I really think that the Lions win is in the run game. I think the two backs, Gibbs and Montgomery, have big days. The Rams' yards per carry allowed is middle of the pack in the NFL, and the Lions' yards per carry for those guys. Those are two backs in the top 15 in the league. So I like the matchup a lot from that perspective, but I do think the Rams are going to score. And as long as the Lions play complimentary, mistake-free football, which they're perfectly capable of, and I expect them to do, I think the Lions win this game in Ford Field Sunday night, 31-28.
Tight game, high scoring is your thought. I like that. As long as they come out on top, I don't care what the score is. I see it differently, though. I think Lions are clearly the better team. I think that the 3-point advantage, you get 3 points because you're the home team. But I think you tack that on to what the real disparity here is. I think the Lions' offense is just flat out better than the Rams' offense. And I think that the Lions' defense collectively, I think, can play to a level, and we've seen them play to the level this year against a team that can throw the ball around the field and make plays. I think this one comes down to just the ability to run the ball when they need to, score touchdowns, not settle for field goals. I like the Lions winning this one 35-24.
Okay.
I think it's going to be high scoring as well. I think the Rams might score one late to make it 35-24, but in the end, it's just they're done.
And the closest I'm going to come to sort of calling the shot here a little bit is Laporta and Raymond. I mean, we'll get more updates today as today goes, and maybe as we get into the pregame warm-ups and all that. But I'm a little skeptical that even if they go, they'll be near 100%. I think the forgotten man in the equation is Josh Reynolds. He's always been one of Jared Goff's favorite go-to targets. Yep. I think he goes where he's comfortable. Defenses are going to focus on Amon-Ra. I think Josh Reynolds is going to get a lot of man coverage. I think he's amped up, and the team clearly showed that they love him based upon getting him his catches and his bonus. I think he's undervalued here a little bit in Detroit, but he's not wide receiver 1. But somebody's got to get those targets. I think it's going to be Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, I could see Josh Reynolds playing a big role in this. If Laporta's not able to go, you need somebody else you feel really comfortable with. Clearly, Jared Goff feels comfortable with him. I think the keys are going to be the two running backs, getting their yards, setting up play action. Goff is awfully good in play action. It's going to allow other plays to take place. They're going to be able to take a couple shots downfield. I think Jameson Williams is going to play a big role in this game. Somebody asked the question, do we think we're going to see something new, maybe something tricky from the offense or the defense or special teams? I don't think you see it from the special teams. I think defensively you might see a bunch of safeties out there at the same time. If you include Branch as a safety, it's interesting that you could have 4 guys or maybe 5 guys if you want to do it that way. But I think it's going to come on the offensive side. I think they're going to come up with some kind of trickeration. It could be just as simple as an end around to Jameson Williams, but I'm not going to put it past them if they try to utilize, Big Dan Skipper in some way or Penei Sewell again in the passing game like we've seen in the past. I think that Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson have one of those wrinkles up their sleeve.
Well, there it is. Our predictions on this one: Lions and Rams on Sunday night. It's Carson Anderson from Twin Peaks in Livonia here on 97.1 The Ticket.